You can be gay, but you're not going to be an Uber driver.
Welcome back to the Bhavcast. Today we got comedian and fellow Asian man in the Philadelphia comedy scene, Nick Balsirow, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Woo!
Also, I don't know, do we consider subcontinent Asia as well? I feel like there's a reason God put the Himalayas there.
Yeah, you know, this is a thing, Nick. My whole life, it's like you're Asian and my Asian always have this argument, right?
Right, because then if you're also Asian, then Russians are Asian too, and then
Yeah.
it's like, what's the point then?
It's everybody's Asian.
Yeah,
You know what
no, I mean, because if you come from the continent, you're technically Asian, right? So I can't argue.
Yeah,
I go off the risk board. If like you're part of the green tiles to like get the bonus,
Yeah.
you're Asian. Yeah. India's in there, Mongolia's in there. Yeah, exactly. I go by the risk board. So technically Russians are also Asians. If Indians are Asians, then Russians are Asians. We don't know about the Middle East thing.
Nah. They're their own breed of humans.
Yeah.
And, you know, you guys can have that. Look, no one's arguing it. You guys can have it. You don't want to be us. You know?
They are like the middle children of Asia.
That's why they're doing all sorts of crazy things. Like, you know, building these islands that look like palm trees and shit, you know?
Oh, yeah. What is that? Fucking
Dubai.
Yeah. That is crazy.
It's crazy, man. Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody.
What are you dressed as?
I am Genghis Khan. Or just a generic Mongol warrior, but whatever you want.
As Genghis Khan, what was your biggest feat in life?
I would say conquering the largest contiguous land empire in known history. And also siring 1 in 10 men.
Yeah, congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Those are good numbers.
Yeah, you did a great job. I'm impressed as an Indian person. I'm impressed with those numbers. You got an A+ on conquering.
Thank you. Yeah. Actually, the Mughal Empire was also from the Mongols in some weird way. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you're the first person really to like talk about Mongolia like in like my presence. I didn't really like even like maybe I learned about it in grade school,
Right.
But I kind of forgot about that. You know what I mean? And then you're like, oh, Mongolian.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like you like were like a new species of people to me. You know
It's
what I mean?
super niche.
Yeah.
Super niche, right? Like statistically, the odds of if you're being born an Asian, right? Number 1, number 2, you're going to be Chinese or Indian, right? Any of the other ones, it's like, wow, you really rolled a super specific niche, right? Yeah. Like Mongolian is like real. It's like a minority of a minority.
Yeah. My company just got bought out by Koreans.
Okay.
And I'm learning a lot about Koreans. Like they think chocolate is for little children. You know what I mean? And I'm like, look at me. I be eating chocolate all the time. You know.
Yeah, but you have like a nice metabolism. They can't tell.
Yeah, I know, but I work out like a lot. You know, it's like I wake up at 5. I hit the gym. I ran before this. You know what I mean? Like I destroy my body so I can eat chocolate. You know?
I mean, that's the whole point, right?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's like some sort of like Ayurvedic balance that you're doing, right?
No, it's addiction.
Okay, all right.
Addiction.
Yeah, sugar addiction.
Yeah, my family had a Dairy Queen for a long time, so you know I just would be eating like fucking all the custom shit. You know, Bhav, Blizzards, whatever the fuck I wanted, and then when we got rid of the Dairy Queen, I mean like. As soon as I start chocolate in the morning, then I'll like go up to the fucking lunchroom. I'll buy some candy. Like if I don't have it all day, I'm good. But if I start, it's done. You know, and then I feel so shitty.
Right. Okay. That's kind of like jerking off, right? Yeah. You can like swipe it once, you get one tinge, and then you're like, okay. Well, you touch it again, you're like, all right, I'm gonna have to finish this.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Then it's a whole goon sesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like fucking
Wow. That's good. What are you addicted to more, sugar or epinephrine and norepinephrine?
sugar.
Yeah.
I literally sugar is I'd take a really good cake over pussy.
Wow. Okay, you'd have your cake and eat it too?
Yeah.
Over pussy.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I would fucking, chocolate, man. There was this stuff at Dairy Queen called Cocoa Fudge, and it was just like I would rip it straight from the bag. For 2 years, I was ripping this bag of Cocoa Fudge, and then every time I was getting sick, and then my sister was like, "Don't you think it's expired by now?" And then we were like, "Probably."
Damn, man. Don't. Have you decided to switch to like cocaine or something? I mean, you're a fucking adult now, right? Yeah, like the sugar, the fucking, I'm addicted to sugar. Come on, you're in your 30s. Do cocaine.
I know, but the thing is, cocaine is expensive, and per whatever ounce, sugar it's readily available.
That's true, but judging from the view out this window, you can afford the cocaine.
I can. You're acting like.
I was like, yeah, man.
Honestly, I have some in the bag. You want me to whip it out?
See, that's what I'm saying. I was like, this apartment is clean. I can see shit out of the window. This window's high enough where I think I'm better than other people right now. I'm like, there's no way you can't afford the cocaine. You definitely can.
I appreciate that, Nick. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. My parents worked hard, and they really made me become an engineer so I could have this.
Yeah, really. That's what it's for, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Like, also, you run, so your heart is probably strong enough to deal with some of the damage from the cocaine.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mom. But fucking in college, maybe you might take a little bit then go for a run. You have the best runs of your life. But you can't run too hard.
Right, because then your heart's going to explode. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good times.
I mean, honestly, that is the hallmark of, like, being successful, is if you have cocaine money. And, like, you being Indian, raised as an engineer, you're like, oh, I have the cocaine money now, right?
No, I agree. Sometimes I see homies that are like, they're always buying blow. And they're like, they have no money, and I'm like, dude, you're not rich enough to be doing this drug.
Yeah, they're in the meth tax bracket.
Exactly.
Yes, you're in the cocaine tax bracket. Yeah, you probably need to pay someone to do your taxes, right?
I did it for the first time myself this year, and
it was a pain in the ass, wasn't it? Yeah.
I forgot to pay local tax because I didn't know you had to pay local tax.
Yeah.
And then I got a fucking email from the fucking people, and I got like a fucking add-on, what I mean?
Like a surcharge. You didn't pay your property taxes for the school, right? It was like the school district tax or some shit. Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I didn't pay mine either. I didn't get an email though, so. Yeah.
That's great, man. So wait, let me ask you about some Halloween stuff because it's Halloween, of course.
Yes.
Did you grow up celebrating a lot of Halloween?
I would celebrate Halloween pretty much every year. Yes, I grew up in like row homes in the Northeast.
Oh yeah.
So there was just so many houses to hit.
Mm-hmm.
We would fill up one pillowcase. We would go back home. We would empty it. Then we would fill up another pillowcase.
Yes.
Right. Just like the only time that row homes were ever like kind of a good thing. Like I love a row home, like don't get me wrong, like row home like is like iconic like Northeast corridor, right?
I grew up in a row home as
especially
well.
Philadelphia, right? So there's something about it that I just inherently love. But then just having the proximity of all of those houses is crazy. And then there was like standalone single houses a little further away, but everyone knew it was like a closed off cul-de-sac where all the rich people lived. And if you made it all the way down there, they gave away full candy bars.
Oh yeah.
So my neighborhood was popping for Halloween. Yeah, I always celebrated.
Remember that time in your life where you went from the Halloween bucket and then you're like, you know what? We're going to need a bigger fucking basket. And then you go to pillowcases.
Yeah, the pillowcases were the shit.
Those are clutch. When you were taking the train over here, was it filled with people in Halloween costumes?
There were a few costumes, not as much, but there was tons of like young people going to like parties.
Yeah.
Right? Like I saw some people get off at University City, and then other people that were going to Temple parties were like, oh, do we get off here? I was like, no, Temple's in like 2 more stops. I'm like, they're going to UPenn. They're like cooler than you. You're going to a Temple party. You're going to do like ketamine for the first time. Have fun.
Yeah, man.
Like they were scared that they were going to a Temple party. That's why I was like, hey, take care of yourselves. And if there is ketamine, do a little bit.
take a little portion. You know what I mean? Portion sizes are important when it comes to drugs that you've never done.
But there was a little buzz in the air. Halloween on a Friday. It should be.
Remember when Halloween used to be fun and flirty, and now it's just a bunch of whores. You know what I mean? And that includes men too. We're just a bunch of whores.
Whoa. I guess so. I don't even know, honestly.
Like, okay, when you were little and you had the what do you call it? The parade in school.
Right.
Everyone was so wholesome.
Right. Well, yeah, you're little kids. I feel like this is less about shaming people's sexuality and more you mourning the loss of innocence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because now it's like I go out there. I was dropping my motorcycle home last week because like last week Halloween started, right?
Yeah.
And it was like 12 o'clock, and I see there's a group of kids. I call them kids because now I'm old. I have back pain, but they're just a couple years younger than me, and they came out of brunch, and all their butts were out. I was like, it's daylight. Come on, put those things away.
Oh, my God.
I almost crashed my motorcycle.
Wow. Are you sure you weren't just rubbernecking? Yeah. Yeah. This is more... You're staring at the asses, almost causing vehicular manslaughter, and you're telling them to cover up? No, eyes on the road, homie.
I couldn't.
That's funny.
So distracting.
But see, I think we're in that pivotal age where it's no longer that wholesomeness. It's still slutty season for our Halloweens. Because the only way it gets back to wholesome is when you finally settle down and have kids. So it's like this cycle of start out as a kid, then it gets super slutty, and until you have like someone drooling and you're holding the little pumpkin basket, right? That's when it goes back to wholesome. That's what you're missing.
Yes.
Also, you don't have anyone that has kids around you, and that's also what you're missing. Because you can't just like take a random kid trick-or-treating, right? You have to know them. Yeah.
Well, let's hope I'm not taking
exactly. Yeah. You can't just like hit up and be like, hey, you can't DoorDash like a 5-year-old to take around in a Barney costume. I know you would and be like, let's go, let's have a good time, right? You're like, I'm not a creep, but you're a grown man. Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have like someone know you in order for that to happen.
No, I agree.
And I think you're missing that, actually. You're a wholesome guy.
There was a time in my life where I didn't want kids. And then, I just think maybe it wasn't with the right partner I had at the time. And now I kind of see like some of my friends having kids. And then I was like, I wouldn't mind a little Bhav running around.
Oh, bro, you're Indian. There's no way your biological clock is not going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. Are you kidding me? They haven't invented sewage yet, and like they're still having kids. All right. Yeah, you're gonna fucking do it. You can do it.
No, I know I can do it.
All right. Okay, so this is more about you wanting genetically pure children, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's like, if I adopt a child, my mom is gonna get so upset.
Right. It's your mom wants 100%. Are you 100% Indian?
Yeah.
Your mom wants 100% Indian.
Yeah.
She will not love that grandchild if it is anything else. If you have a half white baby, your mom's gonna kill you.
Well, no, okay. It has to just have our genetics in it. Like, she doesn't want me to adopt one.
Okay. So it has to have a single drop of Indian.
Yes.
What happens if you adopt the child you adopt happens to be Indian?
No, it has to be our genetic code flowing through its body.
Okay. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Okay, but you can impregnate a Dairy Queen if you wanted to.
I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So she's not racist. She just believes in eugenics slightly.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. Fair enough.
It's like funny because I recently told her, like, she was like, your dad's turning 70 this year. I want you to have kids before he turns 70, or be like kind of close. And his birthday is the last day of November. So like every time she has this conversation with me, I just get like, first of all, that's not how reproduction works.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And then I'm like, I gave her this idea, and you tell me if your mom would like it. I just go out there and impregnate multiple women, and all of a sudden, now we have a whole plethora of children in one shot.
I mean, as Genghis Khan, I would say I approve this message. Definitely approve this message.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the stand-up material will get better. We'll make it,
No, they just have a bunch of bastards running around. I don't know.
Cool bastards. bastards.
Cool bastards. It depends on how active you are in their life.
Oh, I'm gonna be active. I'm gonna be a great father.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, hey, straight A's, buddy. Or it's tech support for you.
Elon Tusk over here. Wow.
Max.
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you this. Since it's Halloween, what's something that really scares you?
Vulnerability? No, I'm kidding. Something that really scares me.
Yeah, like when you were little, it might have been like spiders, but now you're a grown ass man. Like what really terrifies Nick Balsirow?
Oh shit. Getting the help I need. I don't Going to therapy. That's definitely all up there. What is the scariest thing? I don't know. I'm just so jaded at this point. It's hard to tell. I mean,
I think those are like I'm kind of jaded too in a sense because I grew up with immigrant parents and it's, live tough, you just keep grinding, money, and those are like some of the things like seek help if you need it. And then I'm like, what am I? Like a twat? I'm not gonna seek help.
Oh right, yeah, because Asian Americans are like 50% less likely to seek mental health assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we invented mindfulness like 3,000 years ago, it's like kind of fucked up for us to be like, we're kind of sad. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's the same thing with like yoga. Like, like I have like a real bad degenerative disc in my lower back and my hip flexors hurt. And my sister is like a yoga teacher.
Right.
But like the first time, like at my last job, my one white friend was like, yo, bro, you should come to hot yoga with me. And I was like, isn't it crazy that like this white guy is bringing me to hot yoga, which was based off Bikram? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I just like morally from my background, I was so fucked up. I was like,
you're like, how dare you? How dare you show this to me? Yeah, actually, that's like if you were like showing them how to do fentanyl or something, like not culturally appropriate whatsoever. That's crazy.
Or if they're in the kitchen and they're like about to put on some black pepper, I'm like, no.
No. That's ours. That's ours.
Be your culture.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. What's your favorite type of candy?
Ooh, banana Laffy Taffy.
Banana?
Yeah, because that is the banana before the Cavendish. So the flavoring that they have, I believe, is either the Gros Michel, which is no longer a strain, but the banana you know and love that is ubiquitous across is the Cavendish. And that's why no one likes the taste of the banana Laffy Taffy, because it's derived from one of the earlier bananas before the Cavendish supremacy.
Yo, actually, low-key, my friend that just quit work put me onto this. The original banana went extinct. And then they what do they genetically make this new one?
Something about it, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying the original Laffy Taffy is from the original banana?
Yeah, one of them, if not the one that went extinct, which is why people are like, this doesn't taste like banana. It just doesn't taste like our recent conception of the banana.
Wow, I'm going to have to try the Laffy Taffy now.
Yeah, most people are like, this is gross, but there's something about that banana flavoring that you can't get anywhere else. Yeah. So I'm like, I fuck with the banana Laffy Taffy.
I never really fucked with any Laffy Taffies. And the banana one, obviously, I was like, ooh, this doesn't taste like banana. But now that, wow.
It's like a unique flavor that you can't really get anywhere else. So I like, so I'll fuck with them. And like, usually they're the ones left in the bag. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll take all of these.
Oh, hell yeah.
I also fuck with flavored Tootsie Rolls as well.
I do too.
Yeah, they were always like either like the vanilla one, like a vanilla Tootsie or the blue one. And then mixing it with the orange and making like a little like a creamsicle. Yeah.
I think creamsicle is one of the that's a top tier flavor.
Right. Yeah, because like even you ever get the soft serve creamsicle where it's like orange and vanilla? Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Yes.
Back when I used to smoke weed at this place, the Dollar Tree right here, they had this creamsicle M&M.
Nice.
Bro, I was crushing a family size pack a day.
I could see that. Yeah, creamsicle is like an amazing combination. I also fuck with pull apart Twizzlers because I like whipping myself like a cat of nine tails. You know, the albino guy from the Da Vinci Code? Yeah. I'll do that a little bit. That or you fucking smack someone's ass with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they also have to like Twizzlers though. So, yeah.
You don't want to waste a Twizzler on someone who doesn't like Twizzlers.
Yeah, I would say those are my top 3.
So you're like you like the chew.
Yeah, I would say so.
You're a big chewer.
I'm not like a big chocolate guy, but like, yeah, any taffy, I'll fuck up taffy.
Okay.
I'll fuck honorable mention now and laters because they're good, but you just like always eat a little bit of the paper. Like you can never get 100% of the paper off. So I'm eating like 1% paper and all of the now and later. Yeah. But it's like kind of like pulp and orange juice, right? You remember the cardboard orange juice?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the cardboard.
Yeah, it adds extra protein.
It does. It like adds something. Yeah. I was like, people that have no pulp orange juice, I'm like, I feel like you're a pussy. I don't know.
No, I agree, dude. I like the pulp.
Yeah, because it's like there has to be some flesh in it, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of flesh.
Or people who get like seedless watermelons. I'm like, what are you doing?
So you enjoy the spitting them out, right?
No, I eat them.
Oh, you just eat the seeds?
Yeah,
the crunch factor. Okay.
Right. So I have a watermelon smoothie every morning. And in the wintertime when watermelons aren't in season, I get 2 mini watermelons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what I spend my money on. I don't spend it on cocaine. I spend it on off-season watermelons.
Yeah, I could see you importing exotic fruits off-season. Yeah. You're like back in the day having a pineapple at a party. You're like, you know how hard it was to get this here? You know how hard it was to get this pineapple to this location right now? That's how balling. You're like Saladin giving a crusader a cup of ice in the desert. You're like, oh, would you like some ice? They're like, we're in the middle of fucking Jerusalem right now. This is crazy. How the fuck do you have ice? Yeah, I could see you doing that.
Why is it not melting?
Yeah. You're like, the fuck? I can see you doing that. You're like, what, do you guys like some dragon fruit from Singapore? I'm like, what the fuck, Bob? No, where's the cocaine? You're like, sorry, I blew the budget on fruits.
Yeah, dude, because I'm trying to enjoy the finer things in life in my 30s.
Yeah, you should, bro.
Yeah.
You worked hard. You're like a full-blown engineer, bro. You're over here racking your head about stand-up. I'm like, you could never do stand-up a day in your life again and have a great life, Bob. I don't know what the fuck you're complaining about.
The thing is, there is something, okay, it's just like the same reason you do stand-up. Like, there's something about, like, one, it's almost like an impossible task, right? Like, it's like, yeah, sure, you can make people laugh, but to make them laugh every night, it's like, and especially like your enemies, to make your enemies laugh, that's even fucking, like that's a big, and it's like, it's not just like, oh, do Pythagorean theorem and it all works out. Like, it's like, it changes, it morphs,
Right. It's because it's a Zen exercise using the moment of consciousness or what everyone's paying attention to as the chemical that you're trying to cause the reaction from. So like, yeah, and you can bomb at any given moment.
Exactly.
Like, it's the only thing where it's like, even if you're the greatest of all time, at any given moment, you can completely eat shit because of the way the medium is. Yeah, 100%.
And that's like what really, I remember when I was telling you about that show that I did in high school, and it was just like, once the crowd in that auditorium started rolling, I was like, I could say anything, and I had them in the pocket.
Yep.
And I'm sure you've experienced this, where like, you're like doing shows, and just whatever you're saying is just like bam, bam, and then you say something, and just like, what did I do? And then like that digging out of the hole is like something that really, it just, I don't know, man. It's like,
that's the best because, all right, so if they're rolling and they already like you, every comedian, if you've made it to that point, gets one. Oh, you didn't like that one? Get out of jail free card. You get one. Everybody, if you're cooking, right, and you stumble once, right, you get one. You admit it to the crowd immediately. You're like, hey, you didn't fuck with that one at all. And they will be like, no, we didn't, but we fuck with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get that one, right? I've seen you get one and you gotta fucking stick the landing, right? Everybody gets one. If you have cooked in any way or capacity prior to you stepping and missing that like sequence, you get one. That's on me. Everyone's like, yeah, all right. But then I see people not be able to recover from that, and then they're like, oh, you didn't like that one, oh, you didn't like that one either, oh, you didn't like that one. You get fucking one. All right? Yeah, I hate when people try and do it like 6 times. They're like, oh, shit crowd. They're like, no, man, shit act, right? Yeah.
And that's my biggest pet peeve is when they start blaming the crowd.
Yep.
And then the next guy might go up there and he might crush, or lady or whatever is in between. But like they'll crush, and you're like, bro, like you can never blame the audience. There's one audience that I blamed in my whole life, and it was on Valentine's Day, the day of the Super Bowl parade, late night at Raven Lounge.
Oh yeah, of course.
That
That
was the saddest group of humans.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah. No, at that point you're just like, that's like an exercise in everyone not killing themselves that night. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. 100%.
But usually when people are like, "Oh, you guys don't fuck with me, it's you," I'm like, "Nah, dog. Look, you got to look inward."
Yeah.
And I feel like comedy is like something like, especially since I stopped smoking weed, is like to be present in those 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, whatever you're doing. It's like the act of staying really present. That's what I really get at.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It is a Zen practice. I swear to God. Yeah. We're like a little ahead of the curve because of our religious upbringings, but like,
and that's what I,
yeah.
you know, I'm like, when I go out there and I do it sometimes and I haven't done it in a while, I'm like, I miss like just this interaction that's like where I'm trying to not piss you guys off, but you're like, we're the only minorities in the scene, so it's like I'm gonna piss you off.
Yeah, I toe the line like a motherfucker. Yeah, I push that boundary like a motherfucker. I'll get people to laugh at things they don't even think they were gonna laugh at. It's one of my favorite things in the world.
That's why I enjoy you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I first learned, like, you know, like you had taken a little bit break, and then because I had seen you, and then you like went and crushed. I was like, who is this guy? Because, you know, as everyone, the first time they see someone, they're like, who's this new fuck?
Yeah.
But then you find out they've been doing it for like a minute, and then, you know, like everyone has things to do in life, you know? So, you know, like, and if it's like open mic comedy, it's like you can't just like sustain it, you know? Because like if you have responsibilities and this is not your frat, like you can't just be out there every night getting tanked like some kids can. And I was like, oh man, this guy's been at it for a minute, and that's why he can like, you know what I mean? You do well like most nights. So I'm like, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I try, and the consistency is there. I go for the batting title, or I'm like, oh yeah, Nick's batting 350, bro. It's like, when's the last time you saw him strike out, right? Yeah.
Well, that's what, you know, Akash Singh said that one time on it, like something. He was like, the goal is not to be funny, it's to be funny every night. And I used to have this like idea, like, okay, when I was like, just in the beginning, like, oh, my 5 is tight. Oh yeah, sick. So when I go to an open mic, I'm just gonna work on all new material.
Yep. And
someone told me, oh, Bhav, you can't do that. And you know, just my male, drug-infused ego at the time was like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. But then I learned it was like, oh, bro, like go out there and crush every night. Like, you know, just keep the Dairy Queen shit in the back pocket if there's some actual audience members there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Because the way the scene works is that sometimes you get audience, but a lot of the time it's just your peers.
Yeah.
And then you're caught in this weird liminal space where you don't want to do the stuff you know that works, but they've heard all the time before. But then if you just do new stuff and none of it has real legs, but you have to learn that. But then if you do that new stuff and it eats shit, then you lose social capital for some reason, even though comedy is a game of failure. It is like baseball. It's about how many times you can succeed through the failure, right? If you can have good jokes 3 out of 10 times you write, you just won the batting title, right? Like you'll get paid millions of dollars in baseball. So that's where it is, right? So something about Philadelphia is like very non-conducive to being able to fail and then get better through that failure. Right? Like the easiest lesson from the art of war is like the 1,000 lessons in defeat, right? No lessons in victory, right? 1,000 lessons in defeat. But if you lose all social capital and credibility with like your peers simply because you're trying to push some level of boundary, to push and figure out how to be original or how to sound like yourself, and it's punished. It is punished so severely, where I see like the alternative scene completely diminished. And even if you try and do anything that isn't like right now a Shane Gillis wannabe copycat type of bro, hell yeah dude type of thing, they don't consider it funny. And then at the same time, if you're already a working comedian and you know you have demographics, your peers aren't that fucking demographic.
Yeah.
So then it makes it even harder. Even harder.
I agree. And it's like, it's just frustrating because like it's like, why can't you see my wins and accept that? And then, you know, isn't the point of open mics being the gym? You know, like that's what we're doing.
That's
there.
what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like like shooting hoops right in the gym, like, or fucking taking batting cages, right? It's not. You're not supposed to crush open mic every single time, because either you're just around yes men or you're not pushing the boundaries creatively. And what's the point?
It's that, and that's like, that's what like hurts me. Or like some people can do certain type of material and other people are not allowed to. For an example, like there's a comic, and I'm not gonna say his name because I don't feel like editing it, but I'll tell you after. But he would always talk about getting bitches, and people respected when he talked about getting bitches. But when I would talk about like just like, you know, going on dates with chicks and getting laid, people would be like, "Oh, Bob, we don't want to hear your success." And I'm like, why can he talk about getting bitches and I can't even talk about going out with ladies? And then I say, you know what? That's just like your small ego being upset. Like, I date, you know what I mean? And like,
right.
Why can't I talk about it? Why can only like chicks talk about their failed dating and men are shitty? Like, why can't I?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a two-way street.
Well, then at the same time, you got to realize that I feel like you have a pretty decent job. You clearly shower and care about your physical appearance, right?
Yeah.
So you bathe, you exercise, you eat healthy besides the candy, but you like counteract the candy with exercise, and you drink occasionally, but then you completely stop smoking weed. You have a nice apartment. Bro, like, you got to remember, we're not dealing with the cream of the crop all the time. So,
yo, that's what also like kind of pisses me off sometimes, because there's like some people that complain about, I don't have a job, I don't have this. It's like, brother, you can get a job. You know what I mean? You're like fucking 35, 36 years old. You can go do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, man up, bro.
Also, I'm only talking about Bhav. I am myself an unemployed. I just take care of my mom. I'm like a capitalistic wise huge loser. I'm just funny. All right.
No. But see, that's like something I had on this list. Like, you taking care of your mom is like, that's a big responsibility and a mental responsibility, dude.
Yeah. I can never clock out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like,
the only time I'll clock out is when she's in a casket, and that's a whole other issue I'm gonna have to fucking deal with, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, dude, I really like commend you on that, because like that's like, you know, like in Asian culture, like, first of all, you haven't given her to like a retirement home or anything.
Oh, she's lucky she raised us Asian. Otherwise, she'd be in that fucking home right now. If I was a white man, she'd be getting beat up at an old folks' home, right? I swear to God. Also, you know, you've seen the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. His mom had one stroke, and he turns into the Joker. My mom has had 6. Okay. And I'm still a productive member of society. The Joker's mom had one stroke and he killed her. I'm there every night with the pillow, like, not tonight. Me and my brothers got to vote on it. Not tonight.
Yes, I really commend you on that, because that's harder than just an engineering job, dude. Because that's I clock out at 5, 6 o'clock.
Right, and then you get to just do whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that weighs on your conscience, because that's your mom and you love her. You know what
I do love her also, right? And it's like, it's really hard enough to motivate yourself to get out of bed. She is so disabled, I have to literally also get her out of bed. Yeah.
And it's a thing about, like, I think, like, you know, you were probably raised this way, but like, you know, like, even when my parents yell at me, yeah, you can yell at me because, you know, my mom hates this podcast. She's like, stop doing this, you know, find a wife. Stop doing comedy, find a wife.
Of course.
But like, this is like things, I can do these things because I have that engineering job.
Right, exactly, yeah.
I gave you one, now I take one. But like, true disappointment is like really what grinds my gear. And like, you know, like, if you didn't take care of her and you put her in a retirement home, something in your guilty conscience would be like, bro, you know, is she an immigrant?
No, she was actually born here. My mom is actually from Alney. She went to Girls High.
Okay. Anyway, but she probably, like, you know, took good care of you. Or, like,
Oh yeah, she did a great job.
So
Yeah,
it's
of
like,
course. Yeah, I have to like honor her now, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I wish she sucked.
Yeah, dude. And that's why sometimes, like, when I was little, I used to get like jealous of my white friends. Like, oh, you guys, you guys don't have that. But like now, as you get older and you see how people become like grown human characters, what ethics do they live by?
Yep.
And then I remember like at one show, some dude, his mom was in the audience and he called her a bitch, and everyone thought it was funny. I was like, what is funny about that?
Right.
I was like, what is that? Because, if I did that to my mom, like, with her in the room. Now, sometimes I might call my mom a bitch, right? No, you didn't hear that, Mom. Because she watches this when she's making food, and then I get a fucking phone call, and then she's all like, oh, like, why did you say that? Why did you say that?
you called me a bitch again?
I know.
Babrik, I'm so disappointed.
I know. She's like, then I come home, she beats my ass. But luckily, I go to the gym, so I'm like a rock.
Mm-hmm. So you can take the punches.
I can take the.
Yeah.
That's why the only reason I went to the gym, dude.
Right. Yeah. Doesn't leave a mark anymore.
Yeah. It hurts her hand actually.
Mm-hmm. Nice. See, you're a man now.
Yeah, I'm a man. But yeah, it's like if you're gonna call your mom a bitch in the room, and now everyone thinks that's funny. It's like I don't know if this is actually my audience, because if I did that, she would come up on stage and I would fucking like off stage. I walk off stage. It doesn't even matter if I killed. It's like, oh God, Like,
yeah. You can't call your mom a bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially like to her face in the room, and I think the worst thing is it's like a group embarrassment. You know what I mean? Like, you're embarrassing her. And I think that's what we try to often not do.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't be a poor reflection of your parents, right? That's like ingrained in you the whole time, right? Luckily, my parents are like born here, so they like really didn't have crazy expectations. And they also tell me they love me all the time. So yeah, that's... Yeah. See, that's the one thing where I'm like second, third generation where like my parents tell me they love me constantly. Yeah. Yeah. So like anytime I hear like they're like, oh man, my parents are immigrants, I'm like, damn, I'm sorry.
That's nice, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have like a thing about that. Like, it'd be nice to hear, but is that just because I'm a little softer, or is everything they've done enough?
Right, because it like shows the love, right?
Yeah.
Like they like show, don't tell, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Like your don't tell is your parents don't tell you they love you. Yeah, that's your don't tell comedy.
No, that's bad.
Yeah.
I used to do a bit about that, but like when we're the only minorities and like the white people don't.
Yeah, it doesn't really land because like they don't even have the excuse. Their parents just don't love them.
Yeah.
It's not because they're immigrants or nothing.
No,
they're just unwanted.
Yeah, they were just mistakes.
Yeah,
we were all planned.
I was made with love.
Yeah. I was made with expectations of working at the Dairy Queen.
Exactly. Yeah, you're like the old school. Like, we need you to work on the farm type of shit. Yeah, like the more children is more labor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we come from farmers, so it's
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
That's really funny.
Also, I'm fine with intergenerational households because, like, I feel like 1,000 years ago, I would just live with my family in a tent anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal.
It's nice because, like, okay, if you're both working and your grandma's there, as long as she's not a crazy.
Yeah, you get to spend time with your grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She takes like care of you as a child, and then you guys can go out and fucking do work, and I mean, even like go get to enjoy each other's company once in a while.
Being like, my grandma just passed in like July, and she made it to like almost 91.
Sorry, well, that's a good age though.
And I was one of her favorites, and like it's clearly known, right? I'm not just gassing you up, everybody. One of the two, but I'm pretty sure I was the favorite, so I miss her so much. And the monks told me that she is going to be reincarnated as the middle child of 3 boys somewhere in the West. So I was like, I'm the middle child of 3 boys somewhere in the West. So I was like, I have to be the favorite because my grandma chose my life to reincarnate into.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And then I'm like, oh shit. So if this woman who's done so much and was the kindest gets to live that life now, I should be doing a lot more good with where I'm at. So it really made me think about some stuff. Yeah.
Dude, to be honest, it's like as I get older, what weed did to me, I was smoking like weed and tobacco out of a bong, first of all. So I was taking like 10, 12 rips a day, getting in this headspace that was like real evil. And I was like, bro, like you need to live more positively.
Mm.
You know, I feel like, and as like you see the way your grandma lived, you know, I see the way my grandma lives, and I'm like, they're living so fucking positively. And it's like you need like you want that almost. Like if you do that, like, do you ever get the feeling that like you're always doing something bad?
No,
You know
I
what I'm
don't.
saying? Like, there's almost like, oh, I need to do, like, I'm not doing anything bad, but I always feel like I'm in trouble.
That's interesting. Were you raised Catholic by chance?
No. I just was raised with a really nosy mom. That's
Okay,
why are you doing this?
Right. Okay. So you've internalized that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that karma's gonna get me regardless, so I just try not to feel guilty about shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I do something really bad, I'm like, this one's gonna hurt when it comes back around.
I also believe in karma. So it's like, so maybe I'm like, I don't know. I feel like the worst thing I've really done is like hurt a really good, ethically good girl, right? So like, that one's gonna eat me.
Yeah. So yeah, your heart's gonna get broken in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a romantic relationship, but something's gonna happen where that heart gets destroyed. Yeah.
Maybe I get like fucking Final Destination, you know, real slowly though. It's gonna be like fucking.
Because I wish karma worked more like a Faustian bargain. Because my mom can't really stand up on her own anymore, and I was like, well, that means I should be fucking famous at stand up right now, right? We're like, you know, made a deal with the devil. Like, you're gonna have a stand up career, but we're taking your mom's legs. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll pay for a nurse. I'm like, well, they took her legs, but I'm here, everybody. So you know.
Yeah, that's funny, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish that's how it works. But you know, okay, so you say the things with the monks and shit.
Yeah.
So you actually grew up Buddhist?
I did. Yeah, I was raised Buddhist.
Oh, okay, I love that.
So so the funny thing, and I have a joke about it, where children get object permanence around 3 years old. And so I was introduced to Buddhism at 6. So I got introduced to object impermanence very quickly.
Right.
And so I had a 3-year period of complete bliss. And then I was like, oh, all of life is suffering. I was like, thanks, Uncle. Thanks, Uncle Togi. Thank you. He took me into the woods and he was like, we're going to learn how to meditate today. By the way, all of life is suffering. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I learned how to meditate when I was like 6. And I was like in the woods and shit. And then it was nice, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a good introduction to life philosophy that has really helped me as I've grown older.
Yeah. My dad, like, he's really big. He has he's big into meditation. He follows like some gurus. You know, there's like, you know, there's a lot of fucking shit like that in India. And he always would say this thing to me that it's like, I'd always be like, oh, like, this is mine. And he'd always be like, oh, is this body yours? You know what I mean? Like, this one. And when I was little, I was like, oh, yeah, it's mine. You know, this leg is mine. This is mine. He said, but when you die, it's like nothing is yours. You know what I mean?
Because it's going to be reclaimed by the earth.
Or the government or something.
Yeah. Technically, I feel like he was leading more to the cycle of carbon where something's going to, like, eat all your nutrients.
Yeah. It's like all of that. Like, nothing is yours. And we get so pressed for all these, like, things. Like, you know, like, we did fine with the Dairy Queen, right? But he still dresses like a bum. My mom's always like, why can't you dress better? You know, she like, but at the end of the day, like, who is all these flashy things impressing? Like, I've never really got off on that whole thing about like bling bling. You know what I mean? Like, it's like fucking.
Yeah, because then it's like a level of posturing or like a superficiality that I feel like if your dad adheres to like some guruism, isn't trying to show people that he's successful. In fact, he'd probably want it to be a smokescreen where people don't know that he has things taken care of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like that's how almost I feel like. You know what I mean? I don't like to like brag. Oh, I'm an engineer, this and that. It's like, I want you
we know you're an engineer.
I see. That's also like
I would have just guessed that.
I'm like a bad engineer too.
Yeah, that's what the mullet says.
I just keep upwardly failing because I think I'm brown. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, you got it, buddy." Oh, actually, they don't sound like that because they're Korean now. They're like, "Oh, you got it."
That's fine. I'm not Korean. I don't know.
Even if you were, I sit between two Koreans every day. You know what I mean? We all shoot the shit, and it's like I never really got that thing about like, you know, like my next car is gonna be another Honda Civic.
Yeah,
I love that shit. You know what I mean? It's like
because that's That's the main thing. Like, who you trying to impress? You're not trying to impress anybody. You're good, bro. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what is like, you know, like I recently understood this. It was like, who is the most wealthiest man? Like, it's kind of like a question I'm posing to you. Like, it's not just one, but like, who are like the most wealthiest men?
I guess it depends on what you value, right? Because we can say it can be like capitalistic wise, like any of the somewhat billionaires, right?
Right.
Or right, you can say it's like a man that has a family that loves him, right?
Yeah.
There's that too, right? Because that's something you actually really can't buy in stores. Where if you do have $1 billion but nobody loves you, nobody loves you, right?
Exactly.
So then, like, a lot of the time, like, people that have that would be like, oh, that's just poor people hedging their bets against the cold abyss of the world. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's been existing since time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's why family is important for the most part if you adhere to that, right?
Yeah.
It's all about what you value, because I intrinsically believe we're all worthless, right? So who gives a shit?
I love
Right? There's no worth, right? So it's like intrinsically, because people are always like, oh, I'm worthless. I'm like, good, right? Like, all right, live life now.
I tried it actually, like maybe a couple years ago. I was like in this high, and I'm like, I really try to think I'm nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like when I go up on stage, I'm trying to come from a position of not trying to brag about anything, but to let you enjoy my pain. You know what I mean? And at times it might seem like I'm bragging, but at the end of the day, there is always a downfall. Because, you know, like, well, why? Like, comedians are the sickest people in the world. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it's a terminal illness.
Yeah.
To want to do this is like a sick thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, more people fear public speaking than death. So for us to just willingly eat that bullet every night is like kind of crazy to some people, which is why people pay to see it.
Yeah.
And if you can do it well, you make a lot of money. Because it's a fascinating thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I'm just like, the whole thing is like so wild, you know? It's like fucking to be nothing is also to be everything. You know? It's like once you
take away that like value structure propaganda that has been like brainwashed into you, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Where it all depends on your reading of it, right? Like if you say that like, oh, there is no purpose to humanity, you're like, okay, good, then I get to do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. Right? And it doesn't mean anything, right? I lead more towards absurdism than I do outright nihilism. I feel like nihilism may answer the question, but it doesn't give you a practical way of dealing with it.
So what is nihilism exactly?
Nihilism is like nothing matters.
Okay.
Anything we do here on this earth is inherently meaningless, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a cold abyss of nothingness.
Yeah.
But then I always take the reading of the old all of life is suffering, where you can read that as an individual, like, oh, all my life is suffering. But you're really supposed to read it as anything you see that is alive around you is like subjected to the conditions of suffering, because that's what life is. Where if you are alive, you will deal with growing older, you will deal with disease, you will deal with death, you will deal with thirst and hunger and pain, right? So any given person you see around you, if they are alive, are subject to those conditions of suffering. So that's what it's all about. Because a lot of people take the individual thing like, oh, woe is me.
Yeah.
But it's really woe is us, because we're fucking conscious and have to deal with this shit. I didn't ask to fucking be here.
Yeah.
Now I got to deal with this weird hallucination on this fucking rock.
It's funny that you say you didn't ask to be here, because sometimes in my family, when like shit's hitting the fan and like, you know, my mom's like, you know, like blaming me, I'm like, Mom, I fucking came last, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, don't blame me. I'm a victim, dog. I'm a victim. You guys wanted a boy.
Yeah.
So here we go. You guys are gonna keep trying until you got one. You know what I mean? I'm just here, dude, and I'm trying.
Yeah, and that's the one thing where you're like, you wanted this, right? Yeah. You're like, you asked the gods, and the gods gave you me. You gave me life. My favorite thing to always say when my mom used to say that, she's like, I gave you life. I'd be like, yeah, well, I have to die one day now. Thanks, Mom. They're like, oh shit, I didn't think about it like that. I'm like, yeah.
I have to suffer now too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you know, like my whole thing with comedy too is like, you know, every day I wake up with like, you know, back pain and fucking this like sciatica, and now I have plantar fasciitis in my left foot. It's crazy.
Damn.
And it's like, you know, so I wake up at 5 and I do mobility every day.
Right.
And my whole thing, it's like, through all this pain and suffering, I still go on stage and try to present a good attitude. And it's those people that really piss me off that go up there with a bad attitude and they don't have any bodily fucking chronic pain. And I'm like, all the circumstances you're kind of in, you can fix, but you can't, like, physically waking up and your body is like, oh, it cracks. That's like, you already taking like a strain on your brain. You know what I mean? Like, if your body doesn't hurt, like, bro, you're already starting off on the positive fucking foot. You know, you can go, you can go get it.
Yeah, it's chronic pain. You're dealing with chronic pain on like the physical level.
And then that affects, you know, like a mental, emotional level. And you're like, you know, like sometimes you're like, I'm like, oh, dude, my back hurts. Like, I'll stay in bed a little longer. But if your body doesn't hurt, you can like pop right out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, I get sick and tired of the people sometimes that have no pain physically, and they still acting like, oh, like the whole world is falling apart. I'm like, now imagine if your back fucking hurted and this is your whole, you know what I mean? Like,
right. No, I get that. But I feel like that's because you are in that pain where you're like, oh, your affliction is only mental. That's not the same. But then since they're trapped in that mental affliction, they're going to be like, I can't even comprehend what you're trying to say to me.
You know, I think it's because we have this type of like Hinduism, Buddhist background. You can comprehend like mental illness a little bit better.
Yeah.
Whereas like some of our counterparts, you know, like what is depression really? Yeah. Like, or like anxiety. Like these are things that humans should have in reality. You know, it's like you should feel sad about loss. You should feel anxious about certain things. You know, that's like a fight or flight type of deal. And it's like sometimes I feel like when I was little, maybe the doctor told my parents like, oh, you should put him on Adderall. And my parents were like, no, he just has a lot of energy because that's the fucking boy.
He's a kid, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like when you start, like my big in my frat in college, he was a cool dude. He skated. We were like really good friends, but he was on Adderall or Ritalin or Vyvanse from fucking childhood. And look, by the time he turns 35, you see the way the mind bends, and it's like it's not a pretty thing. You know what I mean? It's like then they become dependent on it.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel like mindfulness is you can really help them with, but like something that aches in the body and you're still trying to present like a positive attitude, you're like fighting both sides.
Right.
It's exhausting, but it's like if you don't feel pain in the body, dude, you're so lucky.
Right.
You know, like fucking.
Because then you're like, your mental emotional pain is nothing compared to this sciatica.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
That I'm fucking like, I'm like, you know, like. The battle sometimes I have with the people in the scene, sometimes I'm like, you know, I have too much back pain to argue with you.
Right, because then you're just taking more burden on your shoulders. Don't take it. Yeah, just take the L and move on. We're not gonna change people's minds. That's what I realized. I was like, people are just gonna be the way they are, man.
It's crazy.
And hell is a state of mind. So if you're trapped in it, then you're trapped in it.
Yeah, that's like a fact too. And like honestly, when I decided to quit weed, I realized I'm in a very nasty state of mind all the time. And if you're going to continue this and you're going to do it forever, this is not the life, this is not the way to be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like you have to stop this and you got to fucking actually like understand what you're thinking and feeling all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't necessarily need a like I don't know, man. Therapy is cool and all, but I don't think like you necessarily need it if you sit down and meditate and you actually for 15, 20 minutes just let the fucking thoughts roll in. You know what I mean? And you actually like face them and you're like, oh yeah, I was being a dickhead because this is underlying problem because of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
you do them in tandem. Like, we don't want to be on the record as saying no one should go to therapy. We're cool. Saying as Asian Americans, there's a stigma that even we ourselves are trying to get over. which is fine because I have like suicides in my family, and I'm still like, I'm not a bitch, right? So it runs deep, right?
Yeah.
It runs deep. It's ingrained. It's like cultural, and then there's a lot of stuff as well because we were socialized as men, so it's hard for us. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I'm not like, look, guys, Bobcast audience, my little befreakies. If you go to therapy, that's good, but you know, you wouldn't love me if I did. That's all I'm saying.
Right, and then at the same time, there's like this. You know, life is either a playground or a prison. Mm-hmm. It depends on like how you view it.
Well, I love that, dude.
Yeah. Because then you're over here like, despite the prison of my bodily pain, I still try and treat life as a playground.
Yeah.
Where people, you're saying, oh, they have no bodily pain, but they are trapped in the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Yeah, and I'm like, why can't you just see it's a playground?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just like, yeah, the physical prison is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like, so I'm often very envious, but I see the position you're pointing at, where it's like sometimes the mental prison can really.
It really gets you because, like, I like literally see my mom trapped in her like disabled, stroked out body now, and I like have to help her walk and shit.
Yeah.
So like I feel the same way you do when people talk about their problems. I'm like, hey, can you like walk up the stairs? They're like, yes, I can. I'm like, maybe shut the fuck up then. Yeah. I'm like, hey. They're like, I'm like, hey, can you like, are you incontinent? And they're like, no. What does that mean? I'm like, do you piss yourself? They're like, no, I can make it to the bathroom. I'm like, your life's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what like, you know, this is like, I took this girl out for dinner the other day, and when we were leaving, I was like, I'm gonna go wash my hands in the bathroom, and I saw this older gentleman. He was taking a piss at the urinal, but the urinal itself wasn't at the right position, so he had to kind of like bend, like he was kind of squatting and taking a piss, and his knees were just like kind of. And I felt like, damn, bro, this is tough. Like, I think all you want to do is just piss. Like, all you want to do is like, you know, relieve yourself. And here you are, like, because the urinal isn't ergonomic. Like, and I'm getting so mad at the fucking engineer that put this fucking bathroom here. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, this is an expensive ass restaurant. No one's bringing their kids here. You know, I mean, it might be, but like that's why you have the shorter urinal.
Yeah, for the kids. Yeah.
And then it's like the normal adult size urinal. Just make it a little longer. You know what I mean? Like, old people have money. You know what I mean?
That's funny. You're like, who engineered this? This is bullshit. This man's gonna piss on his khakis.
He's gonna blow a knee out. That's
yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah. Like, you imagine blowing a knee out and catching yourself with the urinal. Oh my god.
Then you're bleeding. You piss on yourself.
Yeah,
like,
not only your piss, just everyone's piss from that day as well. I mean, hey man, like I got to change my mom's diapers multiple times a day. In fact, I'm like greeted with just mom box in the morning. So, you know, who doesn't love the smell of napalm?
Oh my god. I guess I never thought about that like that.
Yeah, or like I change her, blah blah blah. Got to give her showers.
Do you do a bit about like, you know, she used to change your diapers, now you change her diapers?
I do, but the punchline is the fact that I got to grow up and like become a human, where she's just gonna die.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, and sometimes like dark humor like that doesn't resonate well with
no, and the only thing, the scene itself, but then it's just too early for most people. Yeah, right. Like 20 years from now, everyone's gonna be like, "Damn, man, he was right."
Yeah,
I'm just dealing with it a lot earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's.
And I'm actually dealing with it because a lot of people are just going to find a way not to deal with it.
Yeah,
yep.
And then it'll come to them when they're fucking a little bit older and they're like, oh, I should have, you know, almost like that was like another thing that made me stop smoking weed was like, you know, like I went through a long breakup and I just didn't deal with it by smoking more weed. And then I was like, eventually, like, you're going to have to deal with this.
Yep.
And I was like, it's better to do it earlier and then find clear.
Yeah, because then you're just kicking the rock down the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you this. You're talking about like you guys were doing meditation. What is your type of meditation?
It was really just like sitting with like your hands in a certain way and then counting that space in between inhale and exhale, which is the closest we can get to the conception of nothing, or at least the easiest one. And then you count that 21 times. And then you let the thoughts enter and leave, but your thoughts always go back to the nothingness between the inhale and the exhale, and then you try and mentally count that 21 times. That's the one that I was taught.
And what is 20? Like, what does 21 have to like? What is that?
I have no idea. Something about like the sequence of sevens. I don't know, because I even do the 5 Tibetan rites for yoga, and those are in sets of 7 as well. So
what are the 5 Tibetan rites?
it's just like you like spin like a Sufi, and then you do like sort of like this like leg thing. It's like
it's a yoga practice.
it's a yoga practice.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably not even Tibetan or whatever, but I do them. It's quick and easy.
Yeah, you do it in the morning when you wake up or something.
I try and do it generally after I have my coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been really doing it recently, but I'll do the Japanese radio aerobics. I'll do like the 2 of them just to warm up, and then I'll do the 5 Tibetan rites, and then.
What are the Japanese radio robots?
Oh, it's called a radio taiso.
Okay.
And it's like something they play on public radio where it's like a series of aerobic exercises that they play throughout the day at certain time periods for office workers to like get up and do just to promote like healthy like activity and like break up the thing of the day.
Yeah.
And so I use that primarily as my warm up for the yoga, because if you just go straight into yoga, you're gonna fucking hurt yourself.
Yeah, especially as we get older.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love that you said that like that, because in manufacturing over in Asia, like big manufacturing, ship manufacturing or something, they have these breaks or even morning exercises for the workers.
Yep.
But they're like, hey, let's fucking do slaps around, touch your toes before you guys go out there.
That is pretty much it. Yeah.
And you know, I always come in the office and like, you know, like I have a standing desk, so then I'll put like my fucking leg up on the standing desk and do a little pigeon, and people look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, bro, like we're gonna like if like I tell them I'm not an engineer, I'm a comedian, podcaster, engineer second, and they hate that answer.
Yep.
I do real fucking like now I'm doing real engineering, and they're like, oh, can you stop saying that? And I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if we sit in this position until we retire, what is going to be your position? Like, what is going to be your life? You know, what is like, and I already have bad back problems. I'm like, I'm actually scared. If I don't do this, I'm like, it's over for me. You know,
Because that's like 8 hours a day.
Sometimes
even longer.
Yeah, my job like recommends that we work like 9 4 days and then 4 on Friday. But someday I'm like, you know, I'll put it like we can organize our 40 however we want.
Right.
So Mondays usually, if Punchline's happening, I'll do a 10 and go straight to Punchline.
Okay.
So it's like kind of like 10 hours in that little fucking space. It's like I gotta move around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like your hips are gonna pop out or whatever you said was wrong with you. Yeah.
I'm getting brittle in there.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I can't believe someone that grew up at Dairy Queen has osteoporosis right now. But I guess, I mean, you're allowed to drink the cow milk. Yeah. I don't know why the fuck you didn't. I don't.
I did.
Yeah, I know. I know you can't eat a cheeseburger, but you can be drinking the milk.
I think a lot of this is because I skated and snowboarded my whole life.
Oh, so that's just the marks of you eating shit all those times. Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's and like. You know, my mom says it's because I wore skinny jeans in 9th grade and fucking.
No, that's why you're sterile. This other stuff is from this.
I've never had a pregnancy scare my whole life.
And either your pull-out game strong or those skinny jeans were too tight.
Yeah, and that's what I tell the ladies. I said it's a combination of both. You know
Probably is.
It's a combination of both.
Yeah, I have pretty strong pull-out game as well. I believe that. I mean, Indian and Mongolian are pretty fertile. If we're talking here, hell yeah, brother. So we're either barren or pull-out game strong.
Let's see. Yo, okay, so I asked you that meditation question because I had gotten to this type of meditation for a little bit where it was like, it's specifically to help you with comedy almost. It's like, okay, first of all, you sit down, try to clear your mind as best you can. That might take 5 minutes. Focus on your breathing, whatever, right? And then imagine you were in the audience, and then imagine from that point of view, you saw you coming in. What have you been doing? How have you been fidgeting, reacting? What is it like from when you walk out of the curtain or happen, you know, wherever, if you have a show at like whatever, like imagine that space. Imagine you being on stage. What does really every interaction of you look like? You know what I mean? And then you start to get this idea of like what they see. And I had my very first tape I put on YouTube, like it took me like 2 or 3 years like to put out something, and it's like shitty now that I look back at it, but it was good, like constant laughter, blah blah blah. But I had really followed that type of like out of my own being, someone else's being, and watching myself, because then it really helped me work on like a lot of my body posturing, and it's like something I thought I'd toss out there to you.
No, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's important. You got to know what to do with your hands.
Yeah.
You can't just stand there and be static unless that's part of the act.
Right.
Yeah, you need to have some animation.
And it's like what really like kind of did it for me. I was like, how does someone see you? Like, obviously, like, okay, if you're doing like a white room and they see this one Asian guy with long hair, oh, this guy has to be the comedian. And like, what is he doing the whole time? They might be watching you because they never seen a Mongolian guy with long hair. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They never seen an Indian guy with a mullet. What is this guy doing? What is he up to? And then like, if you're like being a little weird and you go up on stage and you're like a whole different person. It's like it's that one consistency.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I try and maintain some level of consistency of character throughout, where it's not on and off. I try and have just the funny as like a through line, where it's like I might be on stage, but I'm still like the same person. And so I don't really change that much.
Yeah.
Even at a show recently, I was just standing outside of the bathroom, and someone was like, "Oh, you're just aura farming over here." And then later I went on stage, and he was like in the front row. He was like, "Holy shit, you're the guy from the bathroom line."
Yeah, and I think that's for me. That's like a really big thing about comedy. It's like to be consistent on and off stage. I want you to feel like this is not an act what you see.
Yeah, it's still me.
Yeah. And that's why I created the Bhavcast low key, because I felt like people were getting an idea of me that wasn't me out there, because I don't like drink and party when I'm out in the scene doing open mics on a fucking Tuesday.
Yeah, you have a fucking big guy job. Yeah, you're an adult.
I don't want you to think I'm not fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, let me create a space where we can have fun. I put a fucking fish in a bottle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's a good backdrop.
Yeah, thank you.
This is like pandemic era. Like I have to do a Zoom meeting. Check how quirky I am in the background.
A lot of the stuff in the background is like kind of funny, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's good. You can keep it. It's like seasonal sometimes as well. You could have did like a Halloweeny theme, or it's just like
Ganesh up there watching us.
All right, I fuck with that.
There's like my boy's mom's mouth right here.
Yeah, I see that too. It's crazy. I feel like you love your boy's mom's mouth is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, I do love it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a random concoction.
Is that Patel's patella? Anyway.
Yeah, so you had I was creeping on your Facebook earlier, and I saw you had like a picture of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And why did you resonate with this show? You're not even fucking with it.
No, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's like one of the best series of all times. I wouldn't call that anime. People get mad if I call it anime. Okay. It's just whatever animated series. One of the greatest.
I think so as well.
Just like it's like true to various Asian cultures, and like there's like it's like an amalgamation of almost all of them, and like with the air nomads being like obviously Tibetan Buddhists, which I was raised as, so like definitely some resonance there. Also, M. Night Shyamalan did that terrible movie.
Oh my god!
But since he's from Philadelphia, he knew there was a Mongolian community here, so he actually put out a casting call specifically for Mongolians, and a couple of my family members are actually in that movie.
No way!
Yeah,
sick.
We're the earthbenders in that movie. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so in the Earthbending village, like a handful of my uncles and cousins and like, various people are the Earthbenders.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
So not only are we in that movie, but for the most recent live action one, my cousin was actually the cultural consultant for that Netflix series.
Wow.
Yeah, so like not only do I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, but we like up in that bitch.
Yeah, you guys have ties to it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's really cool. Why did they make them earthbenders?
I don't know. I guess there's something about the Mongolians' build, because obviously you guys were the firebenders for some reason. Yeah, I was like, the firebenders are Indian now? I don't know. That was a weird choice.
It's all the spices.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I really thought that they were supposed to be Japan, but as I thought the Fire Nation was like industrialized Japan, right?
Yeah.
But they made them Indians, so they made y'all the firebenders. All the water benders were like white Eskimos. I don't know. Yeah, they're like white people, and then so they're like they made the Mongols the earthbenders. I guess I don't know why they just did.
If you could bend an element, what would you have chosen or like wanted to? I know you.
Oh shit. I would probably. I feel like I would be born fire, but I would probably enjoy air the most.
And why? Because you can fly or be fun and flirty almost?
All that fun stuff, but also, you ever see that one still of like the master monk surrounded by all of those firebenders in one room, and he's the only one, and then there's just like littered corpses of firebender troops. He took all the air out of the room and killed everybody.
Wow.
So like, how like the bloodbenders and stuff, but imagine being able to take all of the air out of someone's lungs, which is why they were peaceful, because that just kills people immediately. Okay. Right? Because like oxygen, right? Yeah. Like the water with the blood, you can like you could probably snap their neck if you wanted to. Yeah, but like with the air, you could just remove all of the air from their lungs, which is the most powerful thing you could possibly do, because they can't breathe, they can't do nothing.
Yeah, that's sick.
Which is why they're actually pacifists, because I feel like that's the ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you need air. I always appreciated water bending because, I learned about blood bending. Then I was like, if I ever get whiskey dick,
I know. I was like, I had a feeling you're going to say that. So I was like, let me go with this esoteric airbender knowledge.
That is like, honestly, low key, my TikTok recently, I guess there's like a couple like comics or whatever with some of the past avatars, and then they kind of like explain their backstory. So my TikTok has been like, like people have been like reading them or making like little fucking videos, and it's been giving me like 3-4 minute videos while I'm shitting. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, the blood bending for the boner definitely makes sense. Yeah.
I'm like, they need to make shows out of those. You know what I mean? Like, what did you think about Korra, to be honest?
I enjoyed it. I feel like it was like sort of dealing with the modernization of the world, and like having to deal with sort of like. Because then if the original Avatar is like the burgeoning of Industrial Revolution, that's like in the middle of or after the Industrial Revolution. So it's like a whole different landscape of modernism. Plus you have like mainstream media taking a play, and like politics are actually more at the forefront. And then there's like even the culture war of like, benders, non-benders that are going on. And there's like kind of bending being like an ancient practice as the rest of the world tries to move past it. So I think it was like a lot more like adult leaning themes, and like so people just wanted sort of like that like childlike wonder of Aang, but that's not what Korra was supposed to bring you.
The only thing that pissed me off about Korra was like she came out of the womb like bending all the elements, like like the opening fucking series, like the whatever that's called.
Oh, like she was just like already like with like the most recent Star Wars where like Rey just had all the powers already. She didn't have to learn, right?
Exactly.
Because the original Airbender, they had to like go find a teacher, blah blah blah. She just came fresh out of womb, just like she like bent the placenta and like sent it away. Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. Then it's like you're like too powerful to start out. Yeah. No.
I didn't like that, but I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, I like both. I like how the one guy could like fly. Like in the second one and all that shit. So I thought a lot of that was pretty cool. Do you have a favorite character in the first one?
Toph.
Toph, okay.
Yeah,
she was pretty badass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just bought a Prince Zuko shirt.
Oh hell yeah! When my eczema's really bad on my face, it makes me feel like Prince Zuko. Like if I'm breaking out and I have a show, I'll be like, "Hey guys, what's up? Nice to be here. I'm very tired. I've had a long day of trying to capture the Avatar." Yeah.
Iroh is also one of my favorite characters.
Oh, Iroh is goated. Goated. Absolutely the best. Like, doesn't matter. He's like kind of a war criminal still. It's just like he's a cool guy. Yeah.
And the dragons, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's like. Do you have any tattoos?
I do not.
And why is that?
I just don't think it's like it's not really in Mongolian culture. I don't know.
Would you get one?
I don't think so.
You don't really care for it?
No, something about it's just not appealing to me. I guess I like really do value impermanence.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But isn't the decay of the tattoo kind of...
I mean, yeah, it'll go away eventually. So, like, in the grand scheme of things, yeah. But I feel like if I get a tattoo, I'll be like, I don't really like this. This is stupid.
I see. Yeah, I'm like really... I asked that because, like, I forget why. Just something you said really sprung it to my dome. And it was like, I'm thinking, the dragons. I'm thinking about getting this one dragon wrapped around my leg.
You seem like a dragon wrapped around your leg type of guy. It's either that or you're by Ryan Gosling's scorpion jacket from Drive. I don't know. Something about you're hitting your midlife crisis soon. I can tell.
No, the thing is, it's like I've always wanted a tattoo and I found them so attractive. But it's also like I don't want to be one of those guys with a bunch of small shitty tattoos.
Get one. Can't you get like an elaborate like Indian one that's
So,
like culturally appropriate?
I thought about the Indian one, but it's almost like I'm already Indian. I have the foreskin, dude.
Right.
Why do I
Okay.
need the-
Wow. All right. Bhav has the foreskin. I was born here, so I do not.
Oh. It's like that's my biggest Indian tattoo.
That is funny. That's our biggest difference. My parents tell me they love me, and I don't have a foreskin. He has a foreskin, but he actually needed to prove himself enough to get an engineering job. I am just a fuck up. So let the record show that once he has kids, they're gonna be like me, and he's gonna hate them. He's gonna hate them. He's gonna tell them he loves those motherfuckers, but he's gonna hate them.
Oh no, maybe, dude. Because fuck, you really have put something in my mind now. Because originally I was like, if I have kids, I'm gonna tell them I love them every day. But then will I actually hate them?
You'll still love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna be like these fucking entitled little pieces of shit. You're like, I was working in my parents' Dairy Queen, age of 6. I'm like, you're fucking in summer camp. You fucking went to NASA camp. I brought you to NASA camp. You're never gonna be an astronaut. I brought you to this. I had to work. I got addicted to fucking chocolate sauce. All right. Chocolate sauce oh my god, you know why? Because that gave you enough oxytocin that would have been your mom telling you she loved you. Oh shit, that's science.
Nick, you have put me onto a lot of thoughts today. You're a well-spoken human being. I want you to know that.
Thank you. That means a lot. Come from an educated man. Thank you.
The way you present thoughts is really well thought out, and I really, even the analogies you pull out of your ass about my addictions are really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, this is all on the spot. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Of course, and that just goes to show like how you were raised, and they put you in the woods at 6, and they're like, meditate, motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's like. It's not a front, dude. It's not really you.
Yeah, no.
I love that.
Yeah.
And before we get out of here, because we've been at this, and I hate editing, to be honest. It's
okay.
the bane of my existence. But you're more than welcome to chill. It's you were saying you have some nice feet, bro.
Oh yeah, here. You want me to whip them out? Yeah.
What about the dogs?
Yeah.
I started doing this podcast barefoot because I have a follower, Jenny something 6 something whatever, and she's always like, "Oh, whip out we need more feet. We need more feet." Oh yeah.
So a couple of the nails are long, but I do think that these are rather pretty feet.
Yeah, they're not dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are nice, bro.
Yeah, I feel
Those
like
are nice.
the toes are proportionate. They're not like pigeoned at all.
Yeah.
I have some long toenails, but they're all right. If I painted them, they'd look okay.
Yeah, and it's like, the thing is, no one's sucking on your toes right now, so you don't have to cut the toenails.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, honestly, when I don't really even think about like how long my fingernails get.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I'm seeing a woman, I cut these things like once a week.
Mm-hmm. Someone was like, "Why did you only cut the middle one?" I was like, kind of an emergency, right? Where you're like on the way, you're like, "Oh shit!" You're like, then you're like sanding it on your jeans. You're like, "Oh, I can't, no scratches, no clit scratches. Can't get back from that."
I had that one bad experience in my youth where I had cut my fingernails wrong. And, I was doing the deed.
You scraped her up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're like, "Are you on your period?" She's like, "No." You're like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, and I had learned from that lesson so, I have a filer somewhere if I need to fucking Get it down.
Yeah, it's usually, take care of that beforehand, That's like, then even if you're like, she's already waiting for you, if I like take public transit or anything, I'm like, I have to wash my hands first, right?
Of course.
I don't want, I was like, I just touched the subway, I touched the fucking bus handle, I gotta go wash my hands.
When I come back to the crib, I always wash my hands first, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like, take your shoes off, wash your hands.
Yeah. What's your rule about showering before bed?
It doesn't really matter to me. Yeah. I go too long without showers sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't smell that bad.
Okay, yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll get some BO, but I'm always like a 2 shower a day kind of guy.
Oh, 2 showers a day?
1 in the morning, 1 at night.
I guess he is Indian, everybody. I don't know.
Well, in the morning time, it's just like my hair gets all crazy, and then I'm like, let me just like prepare, there's like.
Do you ever not shower and you're like, I gotta light some fucking incense? That's why Indians invented incense, right? They're like, damn, it fucking stinks around here. They're like,
I didn't know
let's
that.
fucking light something. Yeah, why do you think they invented incense? They're like, man, it smells like shit around here.
Oh my God.
In the same way that the French invented perfume, right? Because there was just shit everywhere. Indians invented incense because they were like, nah, we gotta smell this instead.
Wow.
You never put that together?
No, I just thought like it's part of the religious something.
I mean, they incorporated in it because
Yeah.
your temple can't be smelling like shit, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing's holy about that.
Oh my God, that's what I mean. Like,
It masks the shit and the body odor. That's what incense are for.
you have so much knowledge. See, I grew up like in such a bubble that I'm like, I don't know anything. You know what I mean? Like I barely left.
I mean, I'm kind of just making this up, but it kind of makes sense.
You have convinced. God damn.
It's convincing though, right? You're like, it's believable. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they invented incense.
Yeah.
Because it smelled like shit.
Yeah, I mean, we do sometimes have a bad BO. Like, not let me say sometimes. We, as Indian people, have bad BO.
How would you describe the smell? Because I know that white people's BO smells like red onions left out in the rain.
Yeah.
What would you describe the Indian BO as?
I don't even like the things. I don't even have a smell. It's rancid for sure.
Mm-hmm. Is it like spoiled ghee or something? Like, what do we?
Yeah, I can't even describe it. But it's like one of those things where if it's my BO, I like it.
Okay, that's good. Evolutionarily, I believe that's good.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Mhm.
And I had my long girlfriend that I had. Sometimes I had a little bit of BO. I'm like, let me go put on some deodorant, baby. And she goes, no, like I like that smell.
See, evolutionarily good.
So I don't know, but I don't know if that was love.
That is because those pheromones. She was like, "Yeah, I fuck with this, right? Yeah, that's like a genetic. That's like a deep genetic thing where if she likes your scent, that's like it's gonna work out. Like just like like from like a biological standpoint, like emotion and mental. Yeah, you could probably like blah blah blah, but that's the one core thing that needs to be like if you don't like each other's smell, because we're animals, remember? Right? All the other stuff is like human dressing. But if you don't like their scent or they don't like your scent, it will never work in the long run. You ever hear of those cases of the birth control when they stop taking birth control? They're like, I don't like you anymore because it completely changes all of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, when she had gotten on birth control, she was being crazy. And I'm like, oh, you're acting different. And then she got off and she was like, oh, wow.
It really does change. Yeah. And it can change all of those factors that like really let you know if it's like a biological sound mate. Yeah.
Yeah, birth control is crazy. I honestly it's like a blessing and a curse. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't like to nut in any chicks.
Oh yeah, no, it's too much of a it's like rolling the dice. Yeah, no, I don't appreciate that either.
Our genes, our swimmers will latex. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll still find a way. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I was like, they already have an IQ of 135 or higher. They're gonna get out of the condom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Slip through, yeah.
Yeah, but then they're gonna mingle with your autism, and they're gonna be just regular. If I ever have kids and they look Asian, but they're just regular smart, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not like I cheated a lot through college and shit, but like if my kids aren't like fucking, if they don't know how to go get. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna make me upset.
Then they're not go-getters. But see, you're gonna treat them like you're gonna spoil them. So they're gonna be like the opulent heirs and princesses that like, because like your family built up the kingdom. You're like, all right, I'll take it a little further, and then your kids are gonna be the spoiled ones.
I know.
because you had to work for what you have, and now you're spoiling yourself as an adult. But they didn't spoil you as a child, right?
Right.
So you're gonna be in that area where you're gonna buy them whatever the fuck they want. You're gonna buy them shit they don't even fucking need.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy it just because I wanted it.
Yeah, and then you'll play it with them. Yeah, they'll be like, we don't want to play with this. You're like, you play with it now. Yeah.
Dude, you know what makes me sick to my fucking stomach? It's those like little Jeeps that kids drive around. You know what I mean? They're so cheap now, and all I wanted was one when I was a child.
Right, yeah. I've seen motherfuckers in an Escalade. Yeah, they make some really fucking good ones, too. And you're like, I just wanted that. Yeah, so you're going to buy it, and then you're going to be like, I don't want to ride. You're going to be like, you ride in that fucking car. And you know what? You're not an Uber driver. You're going to tell them that. You're like, you ride in this car I bought for you, and you're not a fucking Uber driver. This is your car, okay? You're not taking anyone unless they're friends or family.
Or your date.
Yeah, or your date, which could be boy or girl. I'm first generation. We're breaking curses. You can be gay, but you're not going to be an Uber driver.
You're not going to be gay. You can be gay, but you're not going to be an Uber driver. Yep. That's fucking funny, Nick.
Yep, that's a first generation Indian American right there. Yep. You can be gay, but you won't be a fucking Uber driver. You're not gonna work at a Dairy Queen. You're gonna fucking right. That's like a good way of putting it, right?
Can I use that?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not Indian.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can be gay, but you can't be an Uber driver. Oh, that's crazy.
Yep, because then it's like a shifting, right? Where it's like, it's like a progressivism there, and then like a trying to like get away from another part of the culture. Yep.
Oh my God.
Which I would say is the 2025 first generation Indian American man.
You've literally blown my mind. Let's leave up on this because the editing fucking. But it was like someone had said something to me. He was like, a white guy in our scene. He said like, like what race don't you find the most attractive? And I was like, I'll bang anything as long as it likes me. Mm-hmm. And he said like, like I didn't find like Indian girls attractive. And I was like, that's cool, whatever. And he was like trying to make a whole bit about it. And I was like, you better only do this in front of like white people, because Indian bitches will beat you up. Mm-hmm. And the whole idea was like they look too tired, right? And I was like, yeah, because they have to fucking come here and they're like, like some of them are working hard to become doctors and shit. So they're stressed. And I was like, you know what? My goal is just to make hotter, less tired Indian kids. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're going to spoil them. They can be gay, but they're not going to be Uber drivers. Yep.
And you're not going to have bags in your eyes.
Uh-huh.
You're going to have hip mobility.
Yep. You're going to moisturize. Mm-hmm. Yep. Going to introduce you to like physical activity at a very early age. Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. No, I see it.
Oh my God. No more ghee.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. You're like, we're fucking vegan, right? Yeah. No, I can see it. Yeah. You'd be a fun new age Indian dad. Yeah, I'm sure you would.
It's getting late for me though. You know what I mean?
It's alright. If you have enough money, you can have kids at any age.
We better fucking. You and I, we better fucking make some money with this comedy thing. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I can have kids. I'm busy changing my mom's diapers because like I have to watch grandma and my kid at the same time. That's way too fucking much.
Well, just send your kid over to me. I'll take care of him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to have visitation? You just come. You know what I mean?
Also, I specifically go after white girls to show everyone else that I got one of yours.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll take care of it. A little half whitey, half Mongolian.
Yep.
That's what we need. A little bit more Indian Mongolian love in this world.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right, tell the people where to find you.
You can find me pillaging across the... No, I'm kidding. You can find me every Wednesday at Club 624 at Home Court Comedy, our fun riff and roast feedback gong show mic with live audience participation. Check it out. Wednesday, 7:30. We still there. We doing it. Other than that, I'll be around.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Deuces.